In giving donation, what counts is the selfless motive of the donor and not the price or number of objects given away. To gift a thing disinterestedly to a deserving person, one who needs that thing and not expecting any return, is the best charity. To offer food to a hungry man and water to a thirsty man, in a selfless spirit, in sattvic charity. A story is told about Saint Sri Eknath Ji that once he was going to Sri Rameshwaram from Prayag, carrying water by means of kavara to offer it to the deity. On the way, he noticed at one place an ass breathing due to thirst for want of water. He took pity on him and made him drink a little water. It helped the ass regain his senses to some extent. Then he made him drink the whole of it at short interval. The ass got up and went his way. His fellow travelers argued to themselves that the water collected at Triveni, the confluence of the three rivers, means Triveni, was simply a waste, and the aim of the pilgrimage remained unfulfilled. Then Eknath Ji laughingly said, "Brethren, you hear times and again that God pervades all created beings, still you think like an insane person. My adoration here has reached Sri Rameshwaram. Lord Shankara has verily accepted my offering of water." There is a story of a money lender who was always devoted to performing yajnas, etc. So liberally did he give donations that even he was not left with anything to support himself. Then his wife said, "In the neighboring villages lives a rich man who buys merits. So go to him and bring some money by selling some of your merits, so that we might pull on anyhow." Reluctantly he agreed to go there on account of the repeated request of his wife. His wife baked 4 chapatis and gave them to him to be eaten on the way. He set out and approached the city where the rich man lived. There was a tank at the place. Thereafter, attending the call of nature and bathing himself, when he sat down to eat, a beach came up there. She had littered in the forest. She and her young ones had nothing to eat for the last 3 days. On account of heavy rains, she could not go to the city, leaving her young ones behind. Seeing the hungry beach, he offered one of the chapatis to her. She ate up the chapati. Then he gave her another chapati, which too was eaten by her. Thus, he gave all the 4 chapatis to the beach one by one. The beach appeased her hunger by eating the 4 chapatis. Thus, having foregone his food, he approached the rich man. Approaching him, he told his intention of selling his merits. The rich man said that he should come in the afternoon. Now the wife of the rich man was inordinately devoted to her husband. He asked his wife, "A man has come up who wants to sell his merits. So, tell me which of his merits is the best one worth being purchased?" The wife said, "Only that merit is worth being purchased which he has earned this day by feeding the hungry beach with the 4 chapatis while he was sitting on the bank of the tank, for that is the best of all the merits earned by him during his life." Saying, "All right," the rich man came out. The man came to the rich man on the appointed time and said, "Which of my merits would you like to purchase?" The rich man said, "I want to go in for the same yajna that you have earned today. I haven't performed any yajna today." "Certainly, I didn't have money. How then could I have performed yajna?" said the man. At this the rich man said, "I want to purchase the same merit that you have earned by offering the 4 chapatis to the beach while sitting on the bank of the tank today." The man asked, "How could you know about it when there was no one around?" The rich man said, "My wife is exclusively devoted to me, and it was she who told me all about it." Then the man said, "Very well, you may take the desired merit, but tell me what price you are going to pay for it." The rich man said, "I shall give you pearls and diamonds equal in weight to the chapatis." The man consented to it, and as agreed upon by him, and making 4 chapatis roughly equal in weight to his chapatis, put them on one of the scales and put pearls and diamonds on the other, but in spite of putting a number of them, the scale containing the chapatis did not rise from the ground. At this the rich man said, "Bring to me more bags containing jewels." When the man noticed this miraculous effect of his merit, he told the rich man that he would not sell out this merit. Just then the rich man said, "As you please." Thereafter, the man left that place and gathering some pebbles and pieces of glass at the bank of same tank where he had fed the beach with chapatis and tying them up in a piece of cloth returned home. On reaching home, he handed over the small bundle to his wife, saying that they would open the bundle after taking meal. Saying so, he went out. The wife, however, desired to see its contents. When she opened the bundle, she found in it diamonds, emeralds, and rubies, etc., shining brightly. She was much pleased. After some time, the businessman came home. She asked, "From where did you get so many diamonds and emeralds?" The businessman said, "Why are you jesting?" The wife said, "Surely I am not jesting. I have opened the bundle and seen with my own eyes. It is full of innumerable precious diamonds and emeralds." The moneylender said, "Fetch it here and let me see it." She brought the bundle, opened it, and put it before him. He was astonished to look at them. He considered it to be the effect of that meritorious work. Then he narrated in detail what had happened during his travel. What is intended to convey to the readers is that the donation given to a distressed person who is in dire necessity of it multiplies innumerable times. By the grace of God, even pebbles and pieces of stones turn into diamonds and emeralds. Thus, charities given to the destitute, the distressed, and sick men are highly remunerative. It is good to offer even a handful of gram to people adversely affected by such calamities as flood, drought, or earthquakes, etc. The ceremonious bestowing of gold, ornaments, and tuldana, the giving away of grains, fruits, and clothes, etc., equal in weight to one's weight of the body, is called tuldan. Is not so much merit giving as the meagre gifts bestowed in times of catastrophes. So, everyone ought to serve in the orphans, the crippled, and the lame, sorrow stricken people, and the widows, etc., to bestow gifts on the underserving people in Tamsik. The bestowing of gifts to earn fame and honor is Rajasic, for these bring about fall in life. Honor and self esteem may be found pleasing for the time being, but ultimately they do cause decline. The desire for honor and praise must be given up, but if censure is the Lord, it should be considered favorable. We should seek proximity of those who scan our actions. A cottage should be built for them in the very courtyard, for they purify our conduct even without using soap and water. For our benediction, censure is preferable to honor and praise. For a spiritual seeker, honor and praise are but sweet poison, and censure and dishonor are nectarine. So the fault finders should be looked upon with respect, but no blamable sinful act should be done. Evils and evil conduct entail great danger. So these must be dismissed from the mind altogether. One should reveal one's evils and conceal one's virtues. These days, men conceal all their evils and declare themselves as the ocean of virtues, although they have none. This straightway leads them to hell. Hence, the desire for honor and fame must be discarded from the heart altogether. If we enjoy popularity in the world without deserving it, it means we are doomed. God distances himself from such men as aspire for fame, honor, and recognition, for such aspirations lead them to downfall. Self esteem and praise should be regarded as horrible as the horrible hell, and honor and goodwill should be regarded as offensive night soil. Such are the injunctions of the saints. It should be borne in mind that the charity bestowed on deserving man is beneficial to both of them, whereas the charity given to the undeserving man is harmful to both the donor and the donee. Just as a boat made of stone sinks along with those sitting in it, in the same way the underserving donee enters the hell along with the donor. One thing more should be borne in mind in connection with the bestowing of gifts. A rupee given away as a gift by a poor man is more significant than lakhs of rupees bestowed as a gift by a rich man, for the gift of even a rupee involves a great sacrifice on the part of a poor man. Justice is verily dispensed by the Lord. Had it not been so, the poor would not have attained salvation. There is a story pertaining to this subject. As certain king set out on a pilgrimage with his subjects, on the way they found a man lying naked and shivering with cold. One of the people accompanying the king was a Jat by caste. He offered one of the two dhotis, loose lower garment usually worn in India by males, to the naked man, which helped to save his life. The Jat had now only one dhoti to wear. When they went ahead, they found the sunshine quite unbearable, but they noticed all along the way the clouds were offering them shade. The king thought that it was by virtue of his merits that the clouds were offering them shade along the way. Thereafter, they stayed at a certain place in a forest. When they left the place, a certain sage asked, O king, do you know by whose virtue have the clouds been yielding shade all along the way? The king could not answer decisively. Then the sage said, All of you leave this place one by one. The man on whose stepping forward the clouds keep offering shade must be considered the meritorious man by the virtue of whose merit this unusual phenomenon is taking place. At first, the king left that place, and then the subjects followed suit one by one, but the clouds remained where they were. Then the king inquired as to who is left behind. The attendants found that a jet was laying asleep there. They awakened him and brought him before the king. And then the clouds also began to move along with him. Then the sage said, It is indeed the effect of the merits of this meritorious person. The king inquired of him what meritorious deed he had done. On being repeatedly asked, he said, I have not done any meritorious work, but certainly on the way I had offered one of my dhotis to the naked man who was freezing with cold. At this, the sage said to the king, You donate large amount of money, but as you are very wealthy person, so your sacrifice cannot be equal to the sacrifice made by one who gave away one of his two dhotis. Thus, after fully grasping the secret underlying the donation, one should give such donations.